Where's the fine line between adding value by making suggestions and being the, you know, a-hole talent who thinks that he's better than the writers?
I love that you asked this question because this is where I think, here's the thing. It takes 6 to 8 reads out loud to really find your way in the text on the average. Would you agree? Some people
I mean,
say yes or no or whatever.
Yeah.
But, and certainly, on a session, they want to hear a variety of things. Nobody's after one perfect read because there's usually 8 to 10 people back at corporate, and none of those people are on the same page. There's all a little bit of competition going on even amongst themselves. You know what I mean? And I don't think I've ever not seen that in a corporate environment. I mean, as a rule, people who are in corporate environments are kind of competitive. They have, whether it be with the team or... Does Joanne, Dave, and Pete like this? They love it. They think it's great. They already gave me their approvals. I don't like anything Joanne, Pete, and Dave like. Can I hear the polar opposite of that? Now, the talent don't usually get to hear that, right? They don't usually get to hear. The producer does. Casting director sometimes does. But really, the producer hears that, and it's like, okay. So this is why you might be asked to do the polar opposite of what you've done, even if it was fantastic. They want to hear a variety let's hear the difference. I want to know. They can't tell the difference, okay? This is what we're hired to do, is we're supplying the imagination. We're supplying the creative in real time and, in action, right? It's one thing to say, it's another thing to actually do it, and they just want to see the difference, and it's like, oh, okay. Can we have something that's like half and half, like a little of this and a little of that? And that's where we get some little hybrids of the read, little bit of what the final edit was and this new inspiration that's brought into the mix. And you're capable of a limitless amount of phenomenal takes as a talent. You honestly are. If you give yourself the opportunity to give it a shot, you have to risk. You have to risk. It's not about playing it safe ever. It's about really doing something interesting. And that's what makes you skillful. And that's where you start to really trust your impulses, and that's, I think, the artistry of it more than anything else. I really do. And it's a blast. I mean, that's what makes it interesting too. But, also expecting a lot of direction, I think, is another thing too. Well, aren't they going to tell me what to say and how to say it and all that kind of stuff? We're hoping to God you do something with it first. The part of the reason that you're hired is because you have an imagination, because you're part of that creative process, and because that's when you're expected to shine. Not expecting, well, how do you want me to say everything? Well, if they have to show you how to bake, if they have to spoon feed you the line reading on every single phrase, you've just lost that gig. They're going to replace you probably because they're doing your job and theirs. Ultimately. And that to me is a huge pet peeve. And frankly, it's not good etiquette.